This is the Dutch church in Austin Friars, and lying somewhere inside in an unmarked grave is a man named Perkin Warbeck. He's been here since 1499, and his story is an outrageous one. When King Edward IV died unexpectedly on the 9th of April 1483, the throne had passed to his 12-year-old son, Edward V, but on the 22nd of June, over at St. Paul's Cathedral, clergyman Ralph Shaw had preached a controversial sermon. The late king, he said, had actually been contracted to marry a woman named Eleanor Butler before taking Queen Elizabeth Woodville as his wife, and so, as a result, his children were illegitimate and had no right to take the throne. When a number of knights, lords and noblemen then agreed, a parliamentary act known as Titulus Regius was created to remove young Edward from the throne and replace him with his uncle, King Richard III. Edward, along with his younger brother, Richard of Shrewsbury, was locked into the Tower of London, and when they then disappeared shortly afterwards, they were widely believed to have been murdered. King Richard might have found that convenient, but he soon had a major problem. In August of 1485, Henry Tudor, whose father was the half-brother of King Henry VI, raised an army against him, which quickly led to Richard's death at the Battle of Bosworth Field. Henry took the crown as King Henry VII, and then, on marrying the daughter of Edward IV, repealed Titulus Regius. That, however, was when Perkin Warbeck saw his opportunity. Warbeck was the son of a French sailor, but on claiming that he was actually the missing Richard of Shrewsbury, had managed to gain a large number of supporters. After escaping from the Tower of London after his brother's murder, he said, he had fled to Europe, but with Titulus Regius now repealed, intended to take back his rightful place as king. Henry initially didn't believe a word of it, but when Warbeck then brazenly arrived with an army to invade the shores of Kent, he was forced to take action. After quickly losing what was known as the Battle of Deal, however, Warbeck then sailed on instead to invade Ireland, but after fighting an 11-day battle at the city of Waterford, had been defeated for a second time. Still determined, regardless, he formed a new army after sailing to Cornwall, but on then attempting to seize the city of Taunton, had finally been captured. By that time, though, hundreds of people had died, and dealing with his outrageous behaviour had severely impacted the king's finances. On the 23rd of November, 1499, after reading out a confession that he'd simply made it all up, Warbeck was hanged in public at Tyburn, but it wasn't until 1674 that the true fate of the boys in the tower had finally been revealed. When two small skeletons were discovered beneath a staircase that year, it seemed that the rumours had been right all along, and so King Charles II had them reburied inside Westminster Abbey. I'll see you back here next week for another Morbid Monday.